Hello, 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 beautiful people. What's good? It's your girl, the Game Maven, and I am joining y'all today with part 2 of my very short series of Villainous Valentines. Now, I'm doing this in advance of the Valentine's Day holiday, which is coming up, I think, this upcoming Monday. So we're a few days away. So I know in the first video, and thank you all so much for your support on my first video of Jessica Rabbit. The first video, I said that I would be focusing more so on kind of like vixens, you know, women that have notorious associations in some shape, form, or fashion with love or relationships. But I'm actually kind of changed my mind a bit. So we're going to actually create a couple today. Now, if you watch the series it originally started on Lifetime, I feel like, but now it's on Netflix, and I have become obsessed with that show. My sister actually put me onto it, and the intricacy of the characters, Joe and Love, have intrigued me greatly. And I feel like that couple definitely embodies kind of like the villainous Valentines or vicious Valentines, however you want to put it. So that's who we're attempting to create today. I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to ramble too much, but if you could do me a huge favor, like this video if you enjoy the content, and if you are new around here, please consider subscribing as well. I'd love to have you join the family. I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by my birthday, which is St. Patrick's Day. It's a few weeks away. It's a little ambitious, but I'm hoping that I can hit that goal, and hopefully you'll help me. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. right, folks. So I am back. Now, I kid you not, this process or this creation actually took me 2 days to do. So if you saw in the beginning of the video, I kind of struggled quite a bit with creating Joe and Love. Oh my gosh, this was quite the undertaking, I have to say. So you'll see in the beginning, I created them. Joe, I think was actually easier to create than Love was for some reason. Now, Joe is portrayed by actor Penn Badgley. Penn is very handsome, okay? He has got a very chiseled face. So trying to recreate that in The Sims was a bit of a challenge. So with Joe here in Sim form, I tried to recreate that. So I captured, or at least I think I captured, the very chiseled jawline, the really kind of angular chin. He has also a direct gaze, so he really gives off this intense energy, and it's a very direct gaze. It's an intense gaze that you see throughout the show. If you've seen any of the episodes, you know that a lot of the acting is done through Joe's facial expressions, just the way that he looks at a character or engages, with different people that he comes across. That gaze is always present. So that was a little hard to capture. I had some different eyes originally for this iteration of Joe that to me just did not read correctly. They just looked really unrealistic. They were too large and they just looked really unrealistic, and they just weren't giving me that piercing gaze that I needed. So hopefully I've captured him. This hair came in clutch. It came with a tiny living pack, and this came out really good because Penn has very dark raven-like curly hair, and it's kind of hard to find that in CC form. I have not been able to find that just yet. So having this in game was clutch. Okay, so that's Joe. Now let's move on to Love. Now, Love is equally as stunning. She is portrayed by actress, Victoria Pedretti, and hopefully I am saying her last name correctly. Now, she has a very distinct face. Now, I studied her face for quite a bit. This is actually the hardest part of the process. When I tell you I have scrapped and redone this several times, so what you see in the beginning of the video, I felt wasn't necessarily representative of what Love actually looked like. So I studied Love quite a bit, studied her face, kind of like her style. So she wore, I think in season 3, she wore her hair pulled back quite a bit, a lot of ponytails. I just could not find the right type of hair, and I've got a ton of CC hair, couldn't find the right type. I think this will work for this right now. So what I wanted to do is really kind of focus on her eyes. Her eyes, I think before, were definitely off. So she's got very distinct eyes. They are very, how can I put it? They're very charismatic. So she does have an actual fully, realized eyelid. Sometimes the lids, I think before I had it was a little too hooded and too recessed where you couldn't see an eyelid. Here we have an eyelid preset, along with, I've added some little bags underneath just to bring a little definition to the eye. I scaled back on her eyelashes because she doesn't wear a lot of heavy eyelashes, I feel, on the show. I think that they're her natural lashes. So I wanted this to look as natural as possible. Now, when it came to the eye color, I couldn't determine exactly what eye color she has. In some scenes, it looks almost like a navy blue or a dark brown. In other scenes, they're clearly blue. So I found kind of like a good mix there, like a really, really, really dark blue. And I think that's how I'm going to leave it. It seems to be reading correctly. Now, when it came to her mouth, that was a bit of a challenge. I had to play with this quite a bit. So I don't really have sliders. So what you see is me, or what you see here is basically the creation of me working with what EA has presented, because I don't have mouth sliders. So this was what I came up with, and she's got happy lines. So they're almost like smile dimples, I would say, if you study the character on the show, or if you actually look at the actress's face, you'll see she has kind of like little happy lines. So I included that here. Now, in terms of her signature style, she always wears her gold hoops. She always has on some type of jewelry as well, other than the earrings, typically, which is multi-layered necklaces, rings, you name it. So I wanted to include that here. And I kept her style kind of simple. I think that this is something that she would definitely wear. I am loving these bell-bottom jeans. And this shirt is something similar to what she wore on one of the episodes of season 3. I didn't have it in white. So essentially, her and Joe are kind of matching here with the same color scheme. So there you have it. Let me know how I did in the comments below. This was really quite the challenge. This was hard. This was a hard one for sure. This was definitely challenging, especially because I have recorded this several times. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that thumbs up. Helps the channel out greatly. And if you are new around here, and if you like these types of videos, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you join the family. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm trying to hit 500 subscribers by my birthday of March 17th. It's a little ambitious, but I'm hoping that you all can help me get there. So thank you so much for your support. As always, please make sure you take care of yourselves, your loved ones. Please be safe out there, be happy, and be blessed. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.